There's a huge scandal when former Secretary of State John Kerry, now Biden's COVID czar, reportedly shared Israeli intelligence with Iran. We learned that from leaked audio of a private conversation with Iran's foreign minister. Yet the media has been relatively silent. If this had been a Trump administration official, CNN would have had wall-to-wall coverage. And never forget former Vice President Al Gore, who regularly lectures us on climate change. Yet he has one of the largest carbon footprints in the entire country. He lives a lavish lifestyle, burns a lot of energy, and is super wealthy. Maybe the most egregious example of hypocrisy, and one we must face right now, has to do with ESG, environmental, social justice, and governance investing, and communist China. You know all those woke companies telling Georgia not to be racist by asking for a voter ID? Guess what? They're doing business with communist China. The reason that so many companies have suddenly gone woke is directly tied to the ESG movement. They're trying to improve their ESG ratings by the rating services, and they want to improve their scores. They want to tell America how good their record is on environment, social, and governance. But they're investing in China? Just how good is China in those areas? In terms of environment, China is among the worst polluters on the planet. In addition, they regularly push for exemptions for themselves in all those big climate meetings. They're burning coal at a very rapid pace. In terms of social, the Chinese Communist Party is extremely repressive. They're persecuting Christians and closing churches. The Chinese Communist Party is even worse for Muslims and other religious minorities. They're literally allowing the harvesting of human organs from live prisoners. They keep those prisoners alive long enough to extract as many organs as possible. They want the eyes, the lungs, the kidneys. This is worse than what Hitler did with his gas chambers. Beyond that, the repression for all Chinese citizens is intolerable. China is not pro-choice. For example, they have a long history of forced abortions from their one-child and later two-child policy. Everything is monitored and controlled. If you live in China, whether you're allowed to buy or sell or travel or attend school, that's all based on a social credit score. They watch everyone all the time, and simply crossing the street the wrong way can get you in trouble. Now, as for the G in ESG, it refers to governance. The reality is that the corporations are not designed to serve their shareholders or even their customers. The purpose of the corporation in China is to serve the Chinese Communist Party. Jack Ma of Alibaba learned this recently when he stepped out of line and got throttled for it. If most Chinese investments were graded on a fair ESG scale, they would fail. So why is Larry Fink of BlackRock, the true ESG leader, so excited about investing in China? Why is the Biden administration allowing so many Chinese companies to come into American markets? There's a two-word answer: blatant hypocrisy. This is where the rubber meets the road. Companies want to tell you how woke they are even as they do business with the Chinese regime. Why? The answer? It's all about the money. Remember LeBron James lecturing America for repressing minorities? Laudable, right? But then Daryl Mosley, an assistant coach with the NBA, tries to stand up for the repressed people of Hong Kong, and LeBron tells him to sit down and shut up so he doesn't slow the money train from China. That was a couple of years ago, and it's only gotten worse.